Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Bitcoin Evening Brief as I remain doing 2 Bitcoin videos per day, morning and evening, to keep you guys updated on the price of Bitcoin. Those of you that paid attention to my Twitter earlier today would have realized that I managed to get disconnected from Twitter. I got a message saying that I was accused of being a bot, and I had to, do a bunch of captchas. And just when I thought I was getting my account back, they asked me for my phone number, and I do not like to provide my phone number on things that you can be anonymous on, and on things that there are scammers. So I got in. So out of principle, I refused to give in to Twitter, and instead I took it to just, to Twitter. I use my other profile, the crypto scam Twitter account, in order to make it public, and I got my account back basically within about 6 hours. So that wasn't too bad, though productivity today was totally gone because I was dealing with Twitter and about 50 people messaging me saying, "Hey, Tone, did you know you have a problem with your Twitter account?" Considering that I'm on Twitter all day long, the answer is yes. If there's anything going on with my Twitter account, I am immediately aware because I always have Twitter open. One other note, people were commenting on my shirt this morning, which is different from my shirt right now. Both of these shirts are from Thailand. I have no idea who designed them. I have no idea who made them. You can buy them pretty much all over Thailand. They're not that special. They're you just gotta find the cool ones, but there are similar ones all over the place. Because that was another popular question. All right. Let's go to screen share. Oh, people asking me about the hat. The HODL hat. I really like the subtle Bitcoin logo there. So I don't know where you can buy this hat. This hat was given to me at the LA meetup. I wish I remember the name of the person that gave it to me. Sorry. So people are asking. So if you are the person that gave me this hat, like, try to reach out and inform me, and like either on probably on Twitter or something, and just let the world know where others can go ahead and buy this hat. I particularly like it because of the color of the hat, which perfectly matches my website. All right. Let's go screen share. Oh yeah. So for those that don't know what happened today, if I go to my crypto _scam. All right, it's my only tweet from because I created this Twitter account like after I already stopped doing crypto scams, so I never got a chance to retweet. Yeah, so my handle was suspended for a little bit, but now I'm back. I'm back, guys. So don't worry about it. Everything is good now. Speaking of my website, so I wrote an article and I tweeted it out. The last tweet that I sent today, I wrote an article in July of 2014, and this article talked about trading rules. A little different. So my 3 trading rules were: always have a plan on what you're doing and why. Be patient and don't panic if your plan isn't working out, because that was the reason for the plan. And only change the previous plan if the risk reward ratio will be improved in your favor, right? Now, this number 3 is important. Uh, what it means is that if the trade is going against you badly, don't start making excuses as to why you need to be extra patient with this trade. Okay. So pay very close attention to number 3 and notice something in this trade. I was going short oil, probably not the best time to go short oil. I was doing it in this area here. Probably should have gone short way earlier for other reasons, but maybe I just missed it. So again, you can see where I went short right there. I point out in this trade. Now, I really should have gone short over here, but maybe I wasn't looking in oil. This is an hourly chart, so this would have been like the day before. I went short here, and immediately the trade went against me. But this was the backtest line, and I set my stop loss just above this line. Um, and my line was not hit. I stayed patient. And then once the trade started making me money, I then started lowering my stop loss. Okay. So this article kind of explains it. All right. And I tweeted it out earlier. All right. Speaking of my website, educational tools, learn trading. Very, very useful. A lot of people have been reading it. A lot of people have been very thankful. I mean, sections 1 to 5 is traditional trading. Section 6 is way more advanced. It could be new to most people. So please read all of these links before asking me any questions. If you do want to ask me questions, that's not going to be free unless it's during my videos. So please check out the consulting section. And what I should have done is updated my. I'm sold out, guys. I mean, you can still try to like get in on this, but had about 5 people reach out to me today. I can double check my records, but I pretty much hit 30. I think my room is big enough to fit a few more, but for I'm so happy that I've sold out every seminar that I did. So 30 was my goal, and I reached it. So there you go. If I get 1 or 2 extra stragglers, excellent, excellent. All right, let's move on with the markets. I know everyone is like getting antsy already. Here's the weekly chart. I zoomed out the weekly chart this morning. Man, this might be another night I go to bed early and wake up early. So there might be a video first thing in the morning again, which is unfortunate because Jimmy's probably still going to be asleep. But anyway, not looking good, guys. You know, another day gets us closer to the end of the week, and if the price of the if the candle closes at the low of the week, that's bad. That's really bad. Okay, so the weekly chart might just give us a 9 after all. I mean, we would need to go back to 8,000, which is gonna worry me. But the 9 on a weekly chart will help a little bit. All right. By the way, I already started testing out the latest code. It looks like it's done, and testing it out, and it should be released next week to the clients. All right, here's the daily chart. The daily chart remains in a very bearish posture. We have just had another. I'm going to delete this line. It's just for reference purposes. Maybe I'll make it, I don't know, purple. Yeah, I started a podcast. I started yawning all of a sudden. I don't know why. We have one that wasn't happening like a minute ago. All right, why is this? Oh yeah, I have to hold the shift button. So we are once again another day, another lower low, another lower high. This is not good. Not good. Okay. I pointed out these 2 red lines indicated shorting opportunities on a daily chart. Now, if you do short Bitcoin, which I don't advise, I mean, you have one more chance to like maybe short it here, but now you're getting overextended, right? Like right now at 97.30 is probably like the last decent time for you to short Bitcoin. Other than that, you gotta wait it out and look for another opportunity. Like if you're gonna short Bitcoin, it really needs to be perfect. It really needs to be perfect. All right. So you don't want to be shorting on no candle number 5, 6, or 7. Like you want to be shorting early. And I don't know, it doesn't look good. I mean, you're on number 3 of 9, and these candles, they're significant of body size. So like let's see where it goes. All right. So the daily chart isn't telling us much. I mean, the time to react on a daily chart was on February 21st, right? I mean, technically we're still on February 22nd, but we're kind of on February 23rd already. Wait, well, February 23rd is tomorrow, Friday, right? So we're kind of on the Friday's candle already. Oh, because this is using UTC time. So we're on tomorrow's candle, and it's candle number 3 of 9. But the time to act on getting out of your bullish trades and potentially get into your bearish trades were off of this triple resistance that I keep talking about, and that was on the 20th. Triple resistance of Fibonacci 50-day and setup trend line, which continues to move. By the way, you see this dotted line? It's still going. Dotted line never got canceled out with the close above the line, and then the line would go away. Here's the 4-hour chart, and on the 4-hour chart, again, you have these red lines. You have this red line here, which I drew as of uh, February 22nd, 3 a.m., and it took place just below the triple support cluster of setup trend, 50-period moving average, and Fibonacci line. It's like the opposite of the daily chart. Only this one, you go short once you close below the cluster. And in this case, you didn't even have to close below, you just have to move below. And because it was definitely a breakdown. And if you missed it, you had another opportunity to go short once the red 2 started trading below the red 1. And you can see how that short trade is now very successful. And your initial stop loss was up here at around 10,700. You should definitely be lowering the stop loss to above break even if your entry was around 10,300. If your entry was lower at just above 10,000, I would wait to lower that stop loss to break even until another few candles and another lower low. So I would wait till we crossed below 9,500 in order to move the stop loss to the vicinity of 10,100 or 9,900 or so. Okay. But the weekly chart is also not looking good. I'll put the stop loss here at the moment. Like, it's got to be in the middle of this expanded range candle. So the current stop loss on the 4-hour is 10,150 or so. Here's the 4-hour. It's not looking good. We do have support. We do have a Fibonacci line right off the bounce at 9,600. It looks like 9,600 is where we ended up. Let me see here. The low for current candle was 9,583, and the Fibonacci line is 9,594. So we bounced off the 38% Fibonacci line, and I don't really think it's going to hold. To be honest, guys, I think we're going lower. I mean, look, the 4-hour is on 5 of 9. The daily is only on 3 of 9. You have no reversal candles yet. It's not looking very hot right now at all. Here's the 1-hour chart. And the reason why I pointed out that article is because it had a similar situation. Look at the 1-hour chart, right? Look at the prior low on the 20th. When it bounced, it did have a 9 for most of the candle before the candle became a 1. So it bounced on the 20th at the price of 10,750, and it went into the moving average at 11,185. That became your breakdown point, and that also became your future resistance, and it worked beautifully. Now, it almost happened again here. Now, if I take this line, I'm just going to copy it, I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to move it here, right? Again, same thing. You had another dip into 10,200. You bounced all the way to 10,900 into the moving average. Again, there was a 9 that by the end of the candle turned into a 1. This was at 2 a.m. on the 22nd. And this is what I mean. Like things are happening like one candle too early around here. Um, and then we go straight down, and then we bottomed on candle number 8. Again, one candle too early. Everything seems to be happening one candle too early, right? Bounced a little bit, and now we're going down. And I don't have any confidence in this right now. None. Sorry, guys. You just had a death cross on the 1-hour chart. You're way below the channel. It's just not looking good. Okay. Quick look at the markets. I'm very happy that the 9 on the yield showed up. I'm now expecting yields to drop a bit. And if yields drop, bond prices go up. If bond prices go up, the stock market should be dropping. So let's go take a look at the S&P 500. And yes, today was another red day, even though we might have closed a little bit higher. We now have a price flip. And if tomorrow the S&P 500, it gives us a lower open and lower low, that's it. It's definitely a short trade, though I think a short-lived short trade, because I don't think we're going to go lower, but we could. We absolutely could. Man. I'm not going to do much Q&A, guys. I don't know why I'm so tired all of a sudden. I guess a lot of energy was expanded today. Here's the S&P minis, and not much is going on right now. All right. I got a couple of questions. So I saw the question early in the beginning, so I hope you're still with me. Here's the question. And I don't know if I'm going to answer it, but I'm going to read it. I can't answer it. I don't know if I'm going to. Tone, can you please explain how you differentiate between a 9 that leads to a 1 to 4 day reversal and a 9 that signals a full reversal and therefore a potential entry? This is the kind of stuff I answer to consulting clients. And there's a video explaining this that I send to those that purchase the access to the indicator, which is why I'm 50-50 on whether I want to answer it or not publicly. I guess I could. It's not a big deal. Let me tell you. So you see, when you have a 9, and let's say it's a 9 buy, so it's like one of these 9s that you see on the screen now, where the price has been going down for 9 days. You get a red 9 with the green arrow. The intersection is a little tricky, but let's say you have the intersection. Now, what I look for is additional reasons to go long besides the 9. Is it a reversal candle? Is there support? Is something else to cling to? The more the more it looks like a real reversal, the higher the probability that the reversal is going to be sustained. Okay. But either way, you can always trade the 1 to 4 day bounce to the upside and then reevaluate if you see weakness in the 1 to 4 days, right? And that's the point. You don't know 90% of the time, you don't know if it's just a 1 to 4 day reversal or something way more significant, but you can be in the trade. And if it continues to go up, you stay in the trade. If it looks like it's picking up weakness, then you say, oh, it was a 1 to 4 day reversal. Also, the setup trend line helps, right? Like if you get a 9, but you did not break the setup trend line, then that 9 is a lot less likely to do a reversal. Like here, if you look at the chart, you have a setup trend line at 10,700, but you never had a 9 above it, right? Like if the 9 is above the setup trend line, then there is a high probability of a full reversal. If there is a 9, if the 9 goes below the trend, the setup trend line, then there's a higher probability of more downside. Okay. Also, higher level time frames, right? Like if my daily is a 9 buy, but my weekly is just starting as bearish trend, then I'm going to assume that buy is more of a 1 to 4 day correction than back to the downside. If my weekly is already turned bullish or turning bullish, or my weekly is bullish, and I get a daily 9 in the to the downside, I'm more likely for that to be a full blown reversal than a 1 to 4 day correction and then more downside. So there's all these things involved. All right, next. On the weekly, it seems like an inverted cup and handle. Oh God, I don't want to talk about another cup and handle. I've dealt with this in the last 3 videos, guys. No, it's not an inverted cup and handle until like 4 weeks from now, 5 weeks from now, right? Like it's not a cup and handle until the price is slowly makes its way all the way back to 7,500, right? Like you can't prematurely assume a cup and handle. You have like 3 to 4 weeks to figure out if it is or isn't a cup and handle. Stop jumping the gun, guys. Stop. Like let the trades come to you. Don't force your view onto what's going to happen in the future. I've seen people draw head and shoulders without any candles inside the right shoulder. They have the left shoulder, they have the head, and then the moment the price just has one tick, they're like, oh my God, there's going to be a right shoulder coming. You don't know that. Don't assume that. The shape has to be there fully. And then you can assume, okay, this is what happens when we break the neckline. All right, next. Wouldn't you say that we bounced off the golden cross of the 100 and 200 EMA on a 4-hour chart? Maybe. I mean, I don't use the 100 or I don't use EMA at all. I use SMA, simple moving average, and I don't use the 100. So I don't think we bounced anywhere significant, but if you think so, that's fine. You should trust your own trading more than my trading. Next. Tone, let's say we are talking about days. After a countdown to 9, oh, see, a countdown goes to 13. So I'm assuming you mean setup to 9. Okay, that's the same question I already answered. All right. Next. What do you think of the RSI and the MACD on the 4-hour? I think they're weak. I think, oh wait, that's the weekly. Sorry. I think they're weak. So the RSI is not yet oversold. And if the RSI does go oversold, it has to get out of the oversold condition for it to mean anything. And the MACD is just going down. So they're both weak still. Next. Can you please tell me why you still use Telegram when they are doing an ICO scam? I seem to remember you saying you would stop if they did a coin. I don't recall saying that. The reason I still use Telegram is because I really like the app and it's really, really useful. Now, the ICO token by Telegram is a scam, but the app isn't, right? And this is the same thing I said about Ripple, right? Like the Ripple database and the Ripple offering to the banks may be useful, but it's the Ripple token that's the scam, right? So what's probably going to happen with Telegram, I mean, because Telegram has no ties to America and the creator of Telegram is Russian, I mean, he can still get into a lot of trouble because Americans are going to buy his ICO, which is an unlicensed, unregistered security. So I don't want him to ICO because I don't want the creator of Telegram to go to jail because I like Telegram. So I don't know what you want me to say, right? Like I'm not going to stop using a useful piece of software just because they scammed unqualified investors into an unlicensed, unregistered security, right? Like, I think Ethereum's technology is garbage, so I have no reason to use the Ethereum technology, right? I think Ripple technology is useless. At least it's useless for me. So I don't care about that technology, right? But if your technology is good, the fact that you decided to create a scam token is not going to stop me from using your technology, right? It's kind of how I see it. Next. Tone, do you prefer blondes or brunettes? I'm not that picky. I'm picky, but I'm not that. I'm picky, but I'm not picky when it comes to hair color. Can you come to Nashville? I mean, I've gotten like 3 requests to come to Nashville, but I don't know if it's like the same person or not. Right? Nashville is on the consideration list. Next, CME futures close tomorrow at 4 p.m. No, I'm not. I don't think there's any. It's not that I think there's no correlation. It's just that I think you don't have enough data to make a correlation. So I don't know. Give me a year. Give me a year's worth of data. And if we're in a bear market of Bitcoin, that's not going to be good data. You're going to have like, market bias in your data. I mean, there's just not enough data. Next, can you see the chart in 6 hours? Again with the head and shoulders. Jesus Christ. 6 hours. I guess the 4-hour chart makes more sense to go to 6 hours. Why is everyone in love with head and shoulders? No, it's not a head and shoulders to me. I mean, look, guys, you need more than 2 candles to make a shoulder. I mean, come on. If you're going to talk to me about head and shoulders, at least find me a good head and shoulders like shape, like the best head and shoulders shape that I've seen lately was the one that I tweeted out that obviously did not materialize, right? Like, I don't even know where it is. I don't know. I don't see it. Here it is, right? No, that's a head and shoulders. I mean, at least give it a couple of candles. At least I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles with the 6th one incoming to make the right shoulder. I mean, if it's just like 2 candles, that's not a shoulder, guys. It's not a shoulder. All right, next. Holy shit, Corey. All right, I'm tired, man. That's it. That's it. Cut him off. Cut him off. Tone, do you have an affiliate code for Head and Shoulders? That's funny, actually. Next. Why do you hate gold so much? Do you not like Austrian economics? It's not that I hate gold. It's just that I think between Bitcoin and metal detectors, gold has almost no use cases anymore. It's just a useless asset. Like, God, I used to hate the people that used to call gold a relic back in the day. Now I'm one of those people, right? Because it kind of is a relic. Like, I'm sorry, guys, the technology has moved on. The technology, well, gold's been great, was great for 5,000 years. But once we had electricity, it was all over. Um, sorry. I just don't think it's useful. We're not in the Stone Age anymore. Like Bitcoin will replace it. Next. Is the setup trend line from the indicator? Yes, it is. Just Google and read more about it. Tone, do you think the drop in the spamming of the mempool is connected with the drop in the price? Not really. Only like mentally, but not technically. Like I keep saying, when people come to the realization that barely anyone uses Bitcoin, there's gonna be, people are gonna get a little pickier about whether they want to buy Bitcoin or not. So mentally maybe, but not anything technological. Next, can decentralized win against centralized smear campaigns funded by central banks and Wall Street? Well, sure. I mean, true decentralization, when it's needed, is going to win, right? I mean, it doesn't matter how much internal or external actors smear Bitcoin. when you need to use a decentralized payment, you're going to use Bitcoin, right? It's not going anywhere. Next. Well, someone else wants me to look at the 6 hour, which I did. Yeah, there is a 9. There's a 9 in the 6 hour. So again, there could be a bit of a correction, and then probably more downside. Which RSI and MACD is best to watch? Talking about time frames. I mean, the RSI and MACD is based on your chart, right? I mean, like whichever time frame you trade, you should keep an eye on the RSI and MACD, though they should not be decision makers for you. All right, I think I'm going to leave it here. I'll make a short one today. Again, we're bouncing up a little bit. It's the 6 hour. I'm going to go back to my 4 hour. My 4 hour is on a 5. So it's probably more downside. It looks like a reversal candle. I don't believe this is going to hold. I think we are going to go to lower 9,000s. Let's hope we hold it. Let's hope we get to the low 9,000 slowly. Let's hope it takes us 6 more days to get to 9,100, and then we get a 9 on the daily, a nice reversal candle. We can pierce 9,000 down to 8 as long as we close the day back above 9. That would be okay. I'll turn the camera on. I'll wave goodbye to you guys. Oh, check out the affiliate codes on my website. I'm not going to do the screen share, but that's how you can support the show. All right, guys. On this note, I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to, get some rest early tonight. I got a big weekend coming up. I got a busy day tomorrow, and I'll try and bring you one of these in the morning. All right. And I'll talk to you all on the next one.